I think the whole idea behind the bootcamp is consolidation. I think the best way to describe is really consolidation and helping you put all the loose end into pieces. If you find that you're someone who has studied very hard, you kind of know your stuff, right? You've always been remembering all the different things you're required to, but you're not very confident before exams and you're not very sure whether you're doing the right thing. Am I doing sufficient questions? Is the questions difficult enough for me to do well in my exams? Then I would say this bootcamp is exactly what you are looking for, because our job is to really package everything nicely for you and deliver a program that we know is going to work big time for you. So I would say the focus very much is a lot on application and question solving. We'll still highlight key concepts for you guys, but it's really geared towards a consolidation phase so that you'll feel a lot more confident and much more ready before you go for your exams. You'll be receiving 2 books from us. Now, the first one, we call this the Content Encyclopedia, and the second is the Application Guidebook. Right, so as you can read over there, the Content Encyclopedia will consist of every concept, every fact you need to know to score well for your chemistry. And then for the Application Guidebook will be a complete list of exam grade questions that you must know to effectively do well for your exams. Right, so these books really consume a lot of our time, and we are working around the clock to make sure that we get all this delivered to you before the start of the boot camp. Maybe just give you an idea, a flavor of what's really going to be happening during the boot camp, right? So I'm going to show you a sample of the books that we have, right? So I'll use the JC as an example. If you're secondary, Sec 4, you will receive something very similar. Right, so for the J2 students especially, one thing you can't run away will be all the organic reactions. You have to remember all the reagents and conditions. A lot of J2 students, you're carrying around this green book that you refer to all the time if you cannot remember your reactions. We have something nicer all planned for you, right? So what happens, this is a book. We may change the cover a little bit, all right? But you will see that the book is very well designed, visually very appealing, and there are a lot of good stuff and a lot of thoughts given into the book itself, right? So this is like the front cover. What we'll do is we'll actually break down organic reactions into 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. When you receive the book, we will explain to you how it works, right? But I just scroll through a little bit for you guys. You can see level 1, identify all the different functional groups from alkanes, whatever you can change to, all the reactions of alkenes. It's colored, if you're wondering. Yes, we got it printed colored for you, right? So you have this very nice book which you're very proud of, and you can just flip it. Visually it's very nice, and you'll be so proud to be holding this book, right? So all the reagents of alkenes will be here, then benzene, so on and so forth, right? So you can see a lot of efforts, right? Really a lot of time has been put in to make sure that we get all this ready for you guys. Okay, so this is one example of a book that you are going to receive. Now, the other one will be the application guidebook, where we will be showing you lots of different types of questions, right? So, an example. Okay, again, I'm using the J2 as an example. This is one of the inner pages for one chapter called Solubility Products. In short, is KSP, which a lot of the J2 students, you will definitely feel that, yeah, it is something that you often will struggle with, right? So a teaser, what's gonna happen when you receive books, all right? So this is in your solubility product. You could see that we will give you some sort of pre-reading, and we'll tell you, okay, you have to pre-read page 2 to page 10 before lesson. Reason is we want to optimize your time. We want to make sure that when you come, it's power packed, straight to the point, and up to your maximum effect, right? So certain things that are very factual, you have to self-read, and in case you have some gaps, you overlook certain things, then I think the book got everything covered for you, right? All the things, solubility table, the concept of solubility, what's the difference between solubility and KSP, the formula for it, right? And we even give you work examples with solutions, step-by-step guidance. What is your natural thinking process that you should do, right? This is a JC example, but the secondary students, you're going to receive something very similar. Okay, so you can see everything, right? All the nice stuff already nicely packaged for you, all the definitions you need to know, right? And some of the questions which you can try yourself, solutions will be given to you, right? So all these things are just pre-reading, okay? All these are just pre-read. So I'm just going to flip a bit faster. and all the way to page 10. So all this, you have to do a bit of self-directed learning. Then when you come is where the action will begin, right? We'll start working on things that are more high order. So our job is basically to give you a sequential flow from the easy ones to the intermediate ones to the challenging ones, and to bring you and handhold you bit by bit to make sure that we really walk this journey together. Chapters like this, KSP, is one of the very difficult to master chapter, but I think with the help and the flow that we have designed, it will really bring you to a next level. Okay, so things like solubility versus KSP, I would say it's very complete. Okay, whatever that you need to know is all compiled into this set of materials, including concepts like common ion effect. Okay, you can see it's very application focused, which is the whole idea behind this program, to make sure that you know what are the types of questions you will see in exams and be confident that you have done them before, so that when you go into your exam hall, you know that you're gonna nail it for sure. Okay, so this is just for one chapter, guys, just one chapter, right? This one chapter has like 40 pages, so you can imagine the full syllabus, how much time and effort the team is going to put in to make sure that we deliver to you right on time. Okay, so this is what to expect for the books. All right, then I'll just quickly browse through a few of the levels. If you're J2 students, what will happen? In fact, for the J2s, please be mindful, the JC2s, the JC1, and the Sec4 students, there will be no weekly classes during the month of June. All right, so if you're in Saturday class, you're not going for Saturday class, everybody is going to be going for the boots camp, and there will be 8 sessions. So usually it will be 2 sessions per week, 4.5 hours per session. For the J2s, as an example, this is what we are going to cover. Is really comprehensive. Every single thing head to toe you need to know, minus away the very simple chapters like atomic structure, redox. I don't think you want to do them in a boot camp. So you want to focus on things that are very big. Okay, for example, solubility products, acid-base equilibrium, structure elucidation, amino acid titration curve. All those like advanced application stuff, we got it all covered for you, right? So we're gonna just make sure that everything is there for you. Okay, then these are the slots that we have. There are 4 slots for you to choose from. So a few of the slots are concurrently running depending on where you stay. So we have Bugis Balmoral Plaza, Monday and Thursday for both slot A, slot B, exactly the same time with a 1 hour lunch break. You could also choose like slot C and slot D, which is again Bugis or Balmoral Plaza, Tuesday and Friday. So if you're wondering like, can I change class if I have something on in school, what happens? Yes, you can do makeup, all right, but do inform early because seats are very limited, so we want to save the seats for you. And then if you miss the lesson, you can't go for any of the lesson in that week, no worries, the lessons are going to be video recorded, so you can request video access to the lessons that you miss. Okay, so this is an example of the program, what we are going to focus on. As I say, very application focused, everything you need to know head to toe covered for you. All we need you to do is to really follow the plan, and more likely than not, you are going to find yourself doing quite okay for your exams. Just a little bit more about what to expect when you're going for a boot camp like this. All right, so we have ran this many times across many years, and every time, right, the feedback is that this boot camp is something that you cannot miss. Right? Although this bootcamp is optional, we don't enforce that every Making Sense student must go for this. But from statistic, historically, 97% of students will choose to go for this bootcamp. Right? And the reason they choose to go for this bootcamp is because they see the full value behind this. Now, a program like this is I wouldn't say it's better than the regular class, but the focus is very different, because in the regular class, we tend to focus a bit more on the content side with some application. Content teaching is inevitable in a regular class, but right now is a phase where we really do consolidation. So the focus is really a lot of questions, right? Do this, these are the steps, this is our thinking process, don't make this mistakes, people are going to make that mistake. So in a way, it really focuses on different things and makes you much more ready for exam, okay? And of the 97% of students that choose to attend the program, we always do a survey with them. Believe it or not, 100% says cannot miss. Right, you miss this, there will be a huge gap, right? So there's so much value that has been built into this. You could see the amount of effort, the amount of pages that we have designed for you in this bootcamp. It's really something that you wouldn't want to miss, right? And this will be I would say, the last time that we are going to do things like this, right? You see, this June for us is always about tying things together. So if you have gaps, you have loose ends, is where we tie in. We show you standard questions. How do you phrase it? Your answering technique that you must know. And right after this, the focus, okay, after the boot camp, we are very much going to focus more on grade A type of questions, okay, especially the graduating batches. Of course, if you're Sec 3 and J1, we will continue with syllabus. But for the graduating batches, we are focused on grade A. We're going to expect you to know certain things up to a certain level, because we have designed it such that you will be good enough by the end of this bootcamp, right? So focusing on grade A questions, focusing on things like practical preparation, right? Planning questions. So this is the phase where we will need you to work together with us, all right? And you can, in a way, see this like a collaborative effort, okay? So what we are trying to do, I'm sure you find this diagram very familiar, is an activation energy or energy profile diagram. So what we want to do right now is really to push you up the activation barrier, right? There needs to be a stage where you need to cross before things starts to accelerate. So right now at this moment, a lot of you guys are pushing this. There's so much chemistry content stuck together, right? You're not very sure whether you know yourself, you're pushing, but you're not making a lot of progress unless you can cross this major hurdle, which is what the bootcamp is going to do for you, bring you to a certain level, and then you're going to accelerate from there. Okay, some of you guys will be wondering, well, is this going to be my grades after the bootcamp? I'm going to go, pew. No, this is not your grades, okay? But this is the rate at which you will accelerate. Right, so see this as an opportunity to elevate yourself to the next level before you move on to the final phase of whatever exams you're going to prepare at the end of the year. Okay, so this is like a collaborative effort. What happens in class, you get all the necessary practices you need to know, all the questions that you need to do. You get a chance to answer and ask questions, right? So that you can take this as a very useful session for you to revise your stuff. Obviously, the hours are heavy. You need to commit, some levels, 4.5 hours twice a week. But see this as time saving instead of time commitment, because you still have to spend these hours on your own, and you're still going to struggle through all the questions, right? Imagine you're going to find all the questions on calculation, and then you just get stuck there, and then you feel that your time is not very well spent. Why not you take this chance, go for a program whereby it's so guided, everything is designed for you head to toe. Just follow through the program, do the questions, finish up the entire book if you can, and that's it, right? Leave the chemistry to us. We're going to take care of this subject for you. We're very confident it will be done nicely. Then when you're at home, you still have to practice a bit of chemistry and study, but majority of the camp we would have taken care of for you, right? So all you do is you just channel your efforts towards the other subject. So you give me 2 days per week, I take care of chemistry for you, and then you just take care of the other subjects yourself. All right, so this is a collaboration between yourself as well as the teachers. So I think the important thing for you right now is to go and discuss with your parents, okay? Let them know the value behind this program, and you want to be at a place whereby you know that you're going to do well for your exams, and this is what the bootcamp is going to do for you. A bit of a top-up of fees, yes, but consider the amount of hours, the books, and the amount of value you're going to get out of this, and the certainty that you will not be struggling for the rest of the year. That's something that you have to convince your parents, but I'm pretty sure that they will support you. All right, so after which, do sign up early, because slots will get filled up very, very quickly, right? We cater just about sufficient for the entire cohort, and we do expect quite a handful of new students to be joining us as well. So do sign up early, make sure that you have seats for yourself. So with that, thank you so much, and we really look forward to seeing you in the holiday bootcamp. All right, have a nice day, and catch up with you very soon.